Hello. Welcome to Steph's World, the world according to Steph. Love and Light, chapter 16. How about that? I actually remember. Okay. For the person out there that thought that I was sexy, I appreciate that. Being 60 years old and having someone tell me that is cool. You think I don't like that? I like it. Sure, okay. Um, but let's get started because it doesn't take long at all. I was meditating, so the half almost broken thumb is not in its brace right now. And to be honest with you, I really don't feel like messing with it right now, so I'm just going to leave it out, okay? Now, the last time we talked about a really good subject, but we're not done. Oh, did you think we were done? No, 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 no. We're not done. I was giving you an example of stabilization, of raising our children in a stable environment. Now, I'm not going to lie about it. My children, for the most part, when they were older, their lives were very stable. They really were. I had excellent jobs. I made very good money, and I was able to fully support us on my income. We had our own home. We had a new car because I was not fixing any more cars. That life was over, and of course, what did my son Matt do the first time he bought a car? He bought a, a car that absolutely didn't run. And at the time, the boyfriend that I had, who I later ended up marrying, um, he claimed that he could help him put the car together, and that's why they bought it. And I paid for it because I always told my children their first car I would definitely help them get. So I did. I did. But unfortunately, in Matt's case, he ended up having to get a different car. Of course, then I had a driveway full of cars, beat up cars. Imagine what my neighbors were thinking, okay? Believe me, I heard about it. But at any rate, that's long gone now. I miss it. It's over with. It's an ending in my life. It is an experience in my life. And it was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot from it. I'm going to say something because I'm in this philosophical group, and of course, most of what I say they ignore anyway. But one of the reasons I'm in it is for me to benefit from it, to see how people really are thinking, what kind of wisdom really is out there. Um, are we still, you know, with the Greek, Plato and Socrates and Aristotle? Um, it appears, well, we have more than that too, that we probably need to move move on from. But anyway, the point is that you know, for a long time, I don't think women were involved in things like that, and I raised my daughter to know that she could be anything she wanted to be, and being a woman would never make that not possible. And I was proof of that as her mother, because I was a computer programmer, and then I became a database analyst, and then I became a project manager. So let me see now. That's not too bad for a woman. And believe me, they might be out there right now doing that kind of stuff, but the stuff I did, I got my hands dirty. I actually laid cable, okay? I even hired Matt, my son. He was needing some money, so one weekend, one of the places that I worked at, um, actually they were going to be getting rid of me pretty soon, because they were going with a different company for their needs, and I didn't blame them. It was pretty difficult for me to maintain everything, and that's what I was doing. But anyway, I actually hired my own son to come on out and climb up into the recesses of the ceilings and help, you know, put the cable out. But anyway, I had a lot less difficulty with my son than I did with my daughter. When my daughter was a little girl, I think I said this before, one of the things that she would say to me is, I want to be a wife. I want to have 4 children. And boy, she came close. She is a wife, and she has 3 children. I think she even told me what they were going to be, but when they're little children like that, I mean, she was like about 4 years old when she popped that one out. You're thinking, okay, that's cute. But you know what? We need to listen to what our children are saying. Because look what happened. That is precisely what happened. My daughter did what she said she wanted to do at 4 years old. She did, and she's still doing it. She turns 35 in a week and a half, and she's still doing it. Now, it brought to mind something else. When I was a kid, there were 6 of us. I was the oldest, and one of my brothers used to say, I'm going to be a bum. And my dad hated hearing that because, me and my 2 brothers, I don't know if it was both of them, but definitely the one that said he was going to be a bum, me and him, my father had wonderful dreams that we would become something wonderful, like a doctor or attorneys or something like that, because um, supposedly we were both highly intelligent, and my grades in college apparently proved that, because I made almost straight A's. And I'm not bragging, it shocked me too. But as it turned out, I loved school. I loved to learn. And and then I found the career that I wanted to be in. And there weren't very many women doing this, let me tell you. not back then. Well, anyway, today I couldn't do that. Not without some more education because everything's changed so dramatically that it's nothing like it was when I was working in the field. Now, maybe I could do the database end of it, but that'd be about it. Okay, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be an archaeologist. I loved the past. I loved history. I desperately wanted to be an archaeologist, but I didn't go down that road because a number of reasons. I was a woman. Now, that didn't have anything to do with my educational uh, abilities. It was because I could get pregnant or, uh, I, even though I was as careful as I could be, there were times, moments when I did get pregnant and didn't mean it. And I could not take, there wasn't any uh, pregnancy pill that I could take that would work. It was unbelievable. So it was either forget it or, try to be careful. Be as careful as you can. And then, as it turned out, I couldn't carry the baby. I had miscarriages at 4 months alone. That's horrible. Believe me. Absolutely horrible. I was teeny tiny, and to have a baby full blown was so difficult. Oh my God. But I had 3 children. Now, getting back to on the subject here, sorry about that. Um, my neighbor next door, I just love her, love her, love her. And him, her husband, they are wonderful parents. Now, I have children over here too. I'm surrounded by children. I don't mind that. That doesn't, I'm not upset about it. In fact, I'm kind of happy to hear the sound of children playing. I really am. To me, first of all, those are our future right there. Now, um, in my case, I'll probably be dead, but you never know. Grandma lived to be 100. I may have had a brain aneurysm, but maybe I'll still live, longer. And I definitely have a wheelchair sitting over there because I'm supposed to be using it, and I haven't been. It's been Canaan time. But we're going to get the wheelchair worked out so that I can use it because I definitely need it. Okay, let's get back to about the kids. Those are our future. If you're a parent right now, I assume that your children are really high up on the scale for you. Okay? Mine were. In fact, the problem was that I forgot about me. Okay? I should have been number 1 on the scale with my creator. And then my children, as long as I wasn't married. Then my children should have been next. And when I did it, lived my life with them, that wasn't how it was. Actually, they came first above everything, uh, usually. Now, I will admit that there were times when I wasn't perfect, and okay, I did some things. I got involved with men that I wish I wouldn't have. I'm sorry I did, but my kids didn't like them or whatever. Um, I think women that try to stay single and still date and all that and have children, they're going to have problems. Now, had I been stable and done what these people did, I don't think I would have had anywhere near the difficulties I had. These people are extremely, um, well, I did the same thing that she does with her family. When I wasn't able to work, I would home make all of our meals, even our bread, because I love to cook. And I was trying to give my family the healthiest food I possibly could. Well, she grows her own food, a lot of it, and the kids munch on basil. Okay, so right there, that tells you, how cool things are over there. They're not eating candy, they're munching on basil. Okay, now I didn't overfeed my kids with candy and stuff like that. So, but I did give them cookies and good things to eat. They liked them. Um, I wasn't a total extreme. You're not going to have that kind of stuff. You're going to only eat the best kind of stuff. But later in life, I didn't have time to pay that much attention to it. Even though I we were so stable that I would have a menu each week. I would make up a menu and I would involve my children. I would ask them, okay, what do you want this week? Do you want this? Do you want this? We would have certain things that we would eat fairly regularly. And so they would be part of it. I would include them in the decision making. And so the only thing I might do with it might be to switch a day or something if something came up. When my kids got older, they were involved in a lot of stuff. Basketball was our big thing. Okay, really big thing. Both my kids did basketball. I did basketball when I was a kid. So probably, maybe that's where they got it from. I don't know. So, we were doing a lot of running around doing our basketball. And then in the wintertime, we lived in the snowland still. We were close to the south, but not quite there. And so on snow days, what did we do? We went out and we got on our, we went up to the hills and we slid down those hills using our sleds and stuff. Boy, we hit it. We had fun. I wanted my kids to have fun. I really did. I wanted them to enjoy the world, but still be responsible, okay? I truly did. And so I don't think that I was that terrible of a mother. Now, wasn't perfect, but I don't think I was that terrible. Okay, but one of the things that I wish I would have done, and I don't like doing the shoulda, woulda, couldas, but I can see now how important it is to take your children to some kind of church or something similar to that. Maybe it doesn't have to be a church. Maybe it just has to be some kind of good um, psychological get together with other people, but something that helps to stabilize the children. I think it's vital. And I know that because I've raised the children. I have grandchildren who have been raised totally different than the way I raised my kids. Well, not totally, but they go to church every Sunday or close to it, and their mother homeschooled them. Now, that was out of the question for me because I was a very super working mother. And I'd gone to college, and, I wasn't going to waste all those years that I put into, uh, that degree and that work. And I enjoyed it. I liked working. So, some people, like my little daughter said when she was 4 years old, I want to be a wife and I want to have 4 children. She knew what she wanted and she did it. And it was real early in life, too, let me tell you. But, you know what? I accepted it. I accepted it. I did not try to tell my daughter that she was totally wrong and that, I didn't attack my daughter in any way. I accepted it. And when the first baby was coming, I was there with my daughter through the whole thing. And it was a difficult delivery, too, believe me. Extremely difficult. But I stayed with her. And I had a back that was going to be operated on just a year later. It was operated on, and it was in really bad shape. Okay, now getting on to the real thing. The reason I bring up about children is because I'm going to be writing about the future leaders of our world. They're out there running around, playing, being taught by their parents right now. Those are our future leaders. Now, how would you rather it be? Leaders that are stable and, have good ethics and good morals and have patience and love within them? Or do you want people that have no ethics and do not care about anything except themselves and just want to be rich in any way they can? So which way do you want it? See, I believe that if we start doing what these people over here did, and what my daughter did, I actually think she did a good job. I just hope that they move on a little bit and don't stay there constantly. Uh, I just want them to have some growth. That's all. But anyway, as I observe these different families and these children, I know that things will be different. I know that. I can see it already. They're not like we were when we were kids. We were wild, totally wild. And we did dangerous things too, believe me, that could have killed us very easily. These kids, no. They do what they're told, they follow directions, and they're good kids, and they're loving. And, they know it's okay to come over to Steph's next door. They know, hey, she's safe. Their parents are teaching them wonderful things. Now, it's not that we didn't do it. My son was a hero. He died a hero. So, obviously, I did do something right. I did do something right. I taught my children the right things in life. My son joined a month after 9/11. He was 24 years old when he joined. And he put everything into it, and I mean everything. And when he died, he was a master sergeant. So that was a shocker. I didn't even realize. I knew he was a sergeant, but I did not realize just how far up the ladder my son had gone. Unbelievable. And he had cerebral palsy. How about that one? Didn't let it stop him. When he was young and we were going through, 3 times a week, he had people that worked with him to help him with his muscles and everything. A few times he would be a little upset. And he would come to me and I would tell him, Matt, yes, you have this, but so does your aunt. Your great aunt has it too. And I've never heard her complain. And she even worked. She had 2 children. And so there is no reason why you can't be anyone or anything that you want to be. And guess what? He was. He was. Boy, am I proud of him. He was a pretty amazing man. And I think my daughter's a good woman. I really do. She'll come around someday. I know that. Okay, so let's get back to what I'm getting ready to write about. It's extremely important because it's going to talk about the world in 200 years and what it might be. What it could be in 200 years. and maybe some of the things that we should be focusing on. We were given direction thousands of years ago. That's why I got in the philosophy group too. To remind me, yes, I took philosophy, to remind me of, here it is, of, this is one of my books, but it's to remind me of, why where we're going, where we're headed, from where we began to where we may go. And I believe it will be infinite. And by that I mean limitless. The only limitations we will ever have are the ones we create. That's the only ones. Okay, reading time. Oh, did you think I forgot? Nope, didn't forget. It won't be very long, but I'm going to read a little something, okay? Get out, I don't need you. All right, now, where I left off was the secret of dominion, which was the secret of overcoming every kind of difficulty. It ties right into what I told my child who had cerebral palsy. Not to let that stop him. And he didn't. The gnomic saying is actually the philosopher's stone in The Alchemist, and that turns the base of metal of limitation and trouble into the gold of comfort and true harmony. We notice that there are two polar words in the text, meek and earth. This is from the one that, the blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Okay? That's what it's from. And so we notice that there are two polar words, and he'll explain this in a minute, in the text, meek and earth. They are both used in a special and highly technical sense, and they have to be unveiled before the wonderful meaning that underlies them can be found. First of all, the word earth in the Bible does not mean merely this terrestrial globe or dirt. It really means manifestation. Manifestation or expression is the result of a cause. A cause has to be expressed or manifested, and before we can know anything about it, and contrariwise, every expression or manifestation has to have a cause. Now you learn in divine metaphysics, and particularly in Sermon on the Mount, that all causation is mental. All causation is mental. That's extremely important. It's what Jesus says. And that your body and all your affairs, your home, your business, all your experience are but the manifestation of your own mental states. Remember what I told Matt? And he proved it. Okay. So, the fact that you are quite conscious of most of your mental states does not signify because they are there. Nevertheless, in your subconscious mind, notwithstanding the fact that you have now forgotten them or never were aware of them at all. In other words, your earth means the whole of your outer experience, and to inherit the earth means to have dominion over that outer experience. That is to say, to have power to bring your conditions of life into harmony and true success. Yeah, true success. All the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed prayers shall inherit the earth. The Lord reigneth, let the earth rejoice. So we see that when the Bible talks about the earth, possessing the earth, governing the earth, making the earth glorious, and so forth, it is referring to the conditions of our lives, our bodily health outwards to the farthest points in our affairs. So this text undertakes to tell us how we may possess or govern to be masters of our own lives and destinies. A whole different, I'm going to stop here now, a whole different meaning than what we might have thought, isn't it? A bit different. You know, and that's why I told my children the right things. The problem was I didn't make it even stronger by taking them to some form of ministry. And you know, I probably used the excuse that I just didn't have time, and that was selfish of me. Really selfish. But we don't do shoulda, woulda, couldas, do we? We can't change the past. And I feel that my children are fairly successful, and one who passed away definitely was. Definitely was. Just watch his funeral online. It's amazing. Now, we're going to talk some more about preparing our children for the future, because these are our future. These souls, these little souls, well, they're not little, they're big. And next time I'm going to talk to you about how big these souls really are, how much we should be learning from them. Okay? Hey, I love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you.